Transforming growth factor beta, also called TGF-beta, is an important cytokine, or signaling molecule used by the immune system. TGF-beta's main roles are to promote tissue healing and to extinguish inflammation. In this mnemonic, I'll cover all the important details regarding TGF-beta. We are witnessing the aftermath of a giant forest fire. The volunteers are out in full force to put out the last bits of fire and to heal the forest. Check out the volunteer up front, pouring some fertilizer on the ground. Wait a minute. That looks like tree growth factor. You know, to help the trees grow back, right? Tree growth factor also happens to be our symbol for TGF-beta. Get it? Tree growth factor for transforming growth factor, or TGF? Now that we've set the anchor, let's move on to discuss the functions of TGF-beta. So why is our forest fighter pouring tree growth factor onto the ground? Well, to help regrow new trees after the old ones burn down. And just like how tree growth factor heals the forest after a fire, TGF-beta heals our tissues after inflammation. Whether it's a myocardial infarction or a Staph aureus infection, TGF-beta is involved in repairing and regenerating injured tissue. TGF-beta does this through several mechanisms, which include activating fibroblasts to produce collagen and promoting angiogenesis to revascularize the tissue. Since we are talking about fibroblasts and collagen deposition, you should also think about this as the formation of scar tissue after injury. Related to this role of TGF-beta is the development of keloids, a type of overgrown scar. Indeed, keloids can be caused by excessive TGF-beta signaling after injury, causing overgrowth of scar tissue. Just remember that TGF-beta regenerates and repairs damaged tissue, just like how tree growth factor helps regenerate the forest after a fire. Next, let's take a closer look at the other man in the back. Notice that this guy is using a fire extinguisher to extinguish the last bits of the flames. Since fire and flames are our recurring symbols for inflammation, the fire extinguisher here represents TGF's anti-inflammatory function. You know, since a fire extinguisher puts out flames, or extinguishes inflammation. Decreasing inflammation is important after an inflammatory response happens and deals with the threat. After all, we need inflammation to stop so that our tissues can regenerate again. To this end, TGF-beta helps to decrease inflammation so that the tissue regeneration we discussed earlier can happen. Fighting the fire and regrowing the forest? These volunteers really do it all. All right, that's it for TGF-beta. Short but sweet, right? Let's summarize. Transforming growth factor beta, or TGF-beta for short, is a cytokine released by a wide variety of cell types. Its two main functions are to promote tissue healing and regeneration after injury, and to extinguish or reduce the inflammatory response. That's all for now. On to the next video.